The first step into improving my painting is to paint anything else but Space Marines. This is Warhammer Quest Silver Tower. Heroic adventures in a labyrinth of madness. It's a Games Workshop board game with minis you can paint. The models in this box are fantastic for practicing painting, and when you're done with it, you actually have a decent board game. Let's have a look inside the box while we're here. Manuals, nice pictures, tiles, cards, nice pictures, dice, and sprues for the minis. Let's start with building the miniatures the game comes with. There are 6 Tzaangors in this box and 3 of which are duplicates. The build is pretty straightforward. 3 pieces slapped together with some plastic glue and you have a Tzaangor, based with some sand, primate grey. Unfortunately, you can't see much of the painting process later if I start with grey, so I reprimed it black. Now that we are done priming it, let's start painting. First, skin. Base coat the skin in Celestial Grey. 2 thin coats will help keep the layers thin and preserve the original sculpt expressions. Now thin down Talza blue contrast paint with medium. 1 to 5 parts would do very well to thin it out, and now paint it over the Celestial Grey. This will create shadows for the skin in the recesses and tint the Celestial Grey a little blue. Once it dries, go back with Celestial Grey on the raised areas, leaving in the recessed areas shaded, creating a slight gradient back to the original grey. We are keeping the paint thin here so that the Talza blue tint shows through a little bit. After that, highlight with blue horror on only the highest points of the model. Most of the painting I'm doing here is very by the books, but I do deviate when I feel like there won't be much point in spending too much effort on certain parts. Next, armor. Base coat with Thousand Suns blue. Then we are shading with Drakenhof Nightshade. Once the shade dries, go back with Thousand Suns blue on all the raised areas, leaving the recesses. Now we thin down Ahriman blue and coat it all over the armor. I later found out that this did nothing and just went with it and stuck with Ahriman blue on all the armor pieces. Now we do all the metallic parts. Unfortunately, I lost some of the footage here, but I'll explain it either way. I painted all the armor trims in Balthazar gold and shaded them with Seraphim sepia. Once dried, I highlighted all the raised areas with Sycorax bronze. The blades and chains were painted in lead belcher shaded with Nuln oil, then dry brushed with Moonfang steel. This gives it a worn out metal look really quick and without being precise. Next, we do the bone parts of the model. Rack of flesh on the horns and beaks. Then shade with Agraf Earth Shade. Now you can water down some browns and black and blend on the horns. But I'll be honest, I don't really like the look of it, so I'll simply be relayering the Rekka flash on the raised areas and call it a day. Now we are focusing on the green orbs on the model. Incubi Darkness. Cablight Green. Then highly watered down Cyberite Green. This gave it a glow effect. I kinda missed the mark on it, but we should move on. Now we'll do the loincloth, eyes, feathers, and tendrils. I lost most of the footage for these as my phone ran out of space recording the rest of the action. With that, our Tzaangors are complete. That's 3 models down. It was definitely refreshing to paint something other than Space Marines. I followed what is essentially a GW paint scheme and took a few left turns. In fact, I skipped steps that I felt were unnecessary and did my own thing. Let me know how you guys paint your Tzaangors in the comments below. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe for more videos like this. I have an 8 episode plan for this box set, and it will be great to be able to continue it with your support. I'll finish the other 3 duplicates off camera, and I'll see you next time when I paint the Augroid Thermotorch.